At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444.
Tonight on News 46, the town gets ready for the Independence Day Parade.
Perum's economy gets a boost in fireworks sales.
And a fire in Mount Charleston scorches over 1,000 acres. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Rick Vale and Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's July 3rd, 2013. I'm Rhonda Van Winkle in for Rick Vale.
And I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46.
Folks are preparing for the holiday to celebrate the birth of our country. Whether it's a plan to get together at a couple of the firework displays offered throughout the town or just having a relaxing time at home, don't forget to put in your schedule for tomorrow morning. Commissioners Dan Schoenhofen and Butch Boraski are holding the 6th annual Independence Day Parade in the Calvada Eye.
Tomorrow we got a good lineup. So far I've got over 21 entries, and you multiply that times, one has 15 people in it. Most of them have 2, 3, or 4. We'll have Miss Perump here. We haven't had that before. And of course Miss Senior Golden Years and the car clubs and the gunfighters and just a whole bunch of folks having a good time and out celebrating our country's heritage. I said.
You're going to be in the parade too, as well as like Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue. They even have that antique fire engine, or do you have that? Who has that?
No. Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue has it. I don't know if they'll bring it this year. They have to be careful because they're on call. We'll also have Nye County Emergency Services, and they're on call. That big fire up over the hill here is really raising heck, and they're straining all the firefighters. But someone will be here from both organizations, and many others. I mean, there's a lot of people walking. There's people riding motorcycles and homemade vehicles and all kinds of good things.
So bring the family down to the Calvada Eye. You guys are having a breakfast beforehand too, as well.
Yes, we actually have a pancake breakfast. It starts at 6:30 for those early birds. It's $3. I've been saying $3.50, and shame on me. Now it's a little cheaper, so come on down. If you can't afford it, I'll pay for it for you. This is all the proceeds go to the veterans, and that's why Dan and I put this together every year. It's to help them get a little bit of funding to help with all of their needs at the VFW and everything. And it's a great time. It's a lot of fun, and you got to come. There's no admission. I mean, pick out a nice tree to get under, bring your lawn chair or your easy chair or lay on a blanket, whatever you want, and have some fun.
It's really key to come down early because they do close the roadway, right?
Yeah, we're going to close both ends, but you don't have to get here too early. You got to be in here by 8:45. Once we get to that number, the Sheriff's Department will close off both ends so that we don't have any traffic coming through. And they do a wonderful job every year, and they don't charge us or anything. It's auxiliary does it, and we thank them. And I thank everybody that comes to the parade and has a good time. Come on down and just be part of that and get warmed up for what goes on later in the day, because it just gets started here, folks, and then you go down the line and it keeps going all day long and well into the evening with the fireworks.
The Independence Day Parade will be aired in its entirety throughout the day tomorrow on Channel 46, including during news time. Now, News 46 wishes everyone a happy holiday, and our news program will return on Friday evening.
And as we head into our first break, here's Mr. Movie Phone.
I'm Mr. Movie Phone. It's the biggest movie weekend of summer. So will you beat the heat with the Lone Ranger or those giggly little minions? Cool down with my weekend movie preview next.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Action! Happy weekend, everybody. I'm Mr. Movie Phone with your weekend movie preview. This holiday week at the movies, a family movie in theaters that's despicable. Or maybe that's just me. And the masked hero rides again in The Lone Ranger.
You want me to wear a mask?
Justice is what a man must take for himself.
This modern update of the iconic TV show, starring Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer, is from Tonto's perspective, as he recounts to a young boy his wild adventures with the Lone Ranger as they fought injustice, Old West style. The real deal? Well, first, it's 2.5 hours long. Really? Look, it's not a summer disaster movie, but it might be summer's first disaster. At best, it's an uneven, misguided mess of a movie, and not even a silver bullet will save it. I'm out. Steve Carell is even more despicable and lovable in Despicable Me 2.
Are you really gonna save the world?
That's right, baby. Crew's back in the game with cool cars, gadgets.
How are they working?
And weapons.
Yes, Gru and his little minion helpers are back in the game when he's recruited by the Anti-Villain League to defeat a new super criminal, all while being a full-time father to the 3 girls. The real deal? Look, it's got minions and fart jokes. And who doesn't like minions and fart jokes? I'm in! Duh. In limited release this week, Steve Carell is doing double duty in the very charming coming-of-age story, The Way, Way Back. So be sure and check that one out. All right, remember, for your showtimes, your tickets, my 6-second review, so much more, go to MoviePhone.com or tweet me right at 6-second reviews. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you at the movies.
That's a wrap.
Well, the town of Pahrump has certainly received a boost in its economy with the sale of fireworks at our 4 local stores. We spoke to owner of one store, Red Apple Fireworks, Doug Berta.
You know, we have like 15 different main product categories, so there's best sellers in every category. Right now, we've seen a lot of the bigger stuff in our store has become really, really popular, like the super grand finales. People come in asking for just those and then sort of find their way into some of the smaller product categories, but people are super excited to get the big stuff this year.
You have regular customers, and then you have a lot of new people who are kind of discovering your store here now. You have a sale going on right now.
We do. It's 50% off everything in the store, all fireworks, 50% off. And we've seen customers from all states, all different states that we haven't seen before. So
that's really true, isn't it? The fireworks stores that are here in Pahrump really do bring in people from all different areas. I don't want to ask you about which sales figures are, but how are they doing compared with the previous years?
Everything's on the up and up.
Yeah, wonderful. So you've increased your staff here too as well, which of course adds some jobs here in Pahrump. How many did you have to hire on in extra?
This year we have 30 workers. Some are part-time, some are temporary, but we're planning on keeping a lot full-time. But a lot of people come in knowing that it's going to be a temporary position. Really good for college kids and seasonal workers. It's really our pleasure.
What's the hours right now?
Right now we're open 8 a.m. to midnight.
There you go. And so if people are seeing this tonight, they can still come in, get some great deals, especially 50% off, and then tomorrow?
Absolutely, and we have a lot of what we call flashbang specials that we're running, which are sort of like red light specials throughout the store. So limited time, super specials.
Tomorrow the big day?
Yeah, big day, 8 a.m. to midnight.
There you go. And will you be reducing your hours after the 4th, or will you continue through the weekend?
Probably go through the weekend. We're hoping to squeeze another weekend out of this season just because on a Thursday, a lot of people will take Friday off and want to detonate all through the weekend. So.
Doug Berta talks about his special fireworks that he had custom made for Red Apple.
So these are the UV 60-gram supercharged canister shells. These are some of the big ones that I mentioned earlier. These are a canister shell. So it's the biggest artillery shell that we sell. And these are our own branded designed products. We design these ourselves.
What does that exactly mean, your own branded designed product? Tell me about what you guys go through to create something like that.
So for this particular product, we had to find a source for it. And once we had the source, we went through and we must have seen 1,000 shells. And out of those 1,000 shells, we picked out the 24 best effects that we liked and compiled those. And the result of that is this box of 24 shells.
That is strictly your custom designed product.
That's correct. This is Red Apple Fireworks exclusive. You can't get these anywhere. You can't make these anywhere. You'll only find them here. Anywhere in the world, besides where we found them originally, you can't find them anywhere else.
So this is something, the accumulation of you guys looking at so many other shows, so many other fireworks that you have here in the store. So definitely you would recommend this to a consumer.
Absolutely. This is the result of all of the fireworks knowledge that we've built up and what our preferences are for the best effects and the biggest boom for your buck. This is the result.
Well, the smoke filled the air yesterday and continues to linger today as fire crews get closer to containment on their Carpenter Canyon 1 fire.
The U.S. Forestry Service has said that the fire has spread to 1,100 acres. It started on Monday, caused by a lightning strike. The road is closed in Trout Canyon at Highway 160. However, the residents are still allowed to stay in their homes. 120 firefighters are now working on containing the fire, and on July 4th, they are expected to have a team transition to a fire management team. There is a barrier in place around the fire, and there's about 5 hiking trails that are currently closed. There's also a smoke advisory in effect. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
And on another note, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Lieutenant Scott Moody gives some helpful tips to stay healthy during the recent extreme weather conditions.
Since last week, a massive heat wave has been affecting the western U.S. It has helped cause several wildfires, and its effects are also being felt among people, even in this community, according to Lieutenant Scott Perry of Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue.
We've had quite a few calls so far as, the people that are homeless right now, that's a big problem for them. Elderly population, animals. I'm sure animal control's probably had some to deal with. We're really trying to recommend everybody, if you don't have to be outside, try not to be outside, because there's the added fact that it's not just the high heat, it's also humidity.
The higher humidity makes it more difficult to stay properly hydrated because it causes some people to sweat more. Fire Chief Scott Lewis has even taken action because of these conditions.
Chiefs increased the water that we bring in by pallets, and we're telling everybody to drink as much as they can, try to stay hydrated, try to stay out of the heat as much as you can.
Those tips apply to everyone here in the valley, not just firefighters. The real danger of heat?
When you're in it, you get going, you're doing something, you don't realize it, and then it kind of sneaks up on you. Pretty soon you start losing your color vision, your feet feel really hot, you just start to get dizzy, and at that point you are in deep trouble. You've gone beyond what's a good place to go in, just sit and cool down. Now you really need to get the fluids in, and you're borderline need to go into the hospital and get IV therapy.
For the 4th of July, try to limit the amount of alcohol intake because it can dehydrate, and try to find shade because
spending 4th of July in the ER is not a fun time.
In regards of fireworks on Independence Day, please be responsible and exercise caution.
We have so much to deal with kind of watching over the shows and things like that, and when you get all the personal people setting off their own fireworks in the community, it makes a lot for the Sheriff's Department and the Fire Department to try to keep up with, making sure those don't start other fires in the area. Once again, we want everybody to be safe and have a good time, but let's not burn down somebody else's home or areas out here. You can be burned, you can be hurt if they blow up in your hand. We've had emergencies where people have holding fireworks and they've gone off in their hands and lost thumbs and been injured significantly by those.
Once again, please be careful with this heat, stay properly hydrated, and exercise caution with fireworks. This is Ian B. Clark reporting for News 46.
And I want to apologize. That is Lieutenant Scott Perry. Again, we apologize for the mistake.
Yes. All right. Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after this break.